Hello friends, welcome to Abednego Math Class. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page. Today, we'll be looking at special angles, how we can find special angles in a very short cut using our fingers, using our hands. We have, assuming I have my hand here, I have special angle 0, 30, 45, 60 degree, and 90 degree. So I'm asked to find the sine, the cosine, and the tangent of this special angle. It's very simple. I have my fingers. Let me start labeling my finger. Hold your fingers like this. 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. So sine 0. For sine, the formula becomes the square root of fingers below divided by 2. Let's go. The square root of fingers below. If it is 0, and we are trying to find sine 0, how many fingers do we have below 0? Look at what I'm saying. This angle 0. We don't have any finger below 0, so we have 0 divided by 2. It becomes 0 divided by 2, and the answer is 0. So sine 0 is 0. Sine, the next angle is 30. Sine 30 becomes square root of, this is angle 30, and this is, let's say, angle 30. How many fingers do we have below 30? We only have one finger. So we only have one finger below angle 30. So we're going to have the square root of 1 divided by 2, which is 1 over 2. So sine 30 is 1 over 2, sometimes represented by 0.5. Check your calculator. For this one, we are not using calculator. The next is angle 45, and this is 45. How many fingers do we have below it? 2. So we're going to have our sine 45 becomes the square root of 2 divided by 2. That is what we have there. The square root of 2 divided by 2. We have square root of the 2 finger divided by 2. Look at what we have here. So the answer becomes what? What will the answer give us? Becomes square root of 2 divided by 2. Next one is 60. This is 60. How many fingers do we have below angle 60? 1, 2, 3. 3 fingers. So it becomes sine 60 becomes square root of 3 divided by 2. So we have square root of 3 divided by 2. The next one is sine 90. This is 90. So sine 90 becomes square root of, how many fingers do we have below the angle 90? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have square root of 4 divided by 2. And the square root of 4 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So sine 90 is 1. Even when you check your calculator, this sine 90 is 1. Let's move to cosine. For cosine, cos 0, square root of fingers above divided by 2. So for cos 0, this is angle 0. How many fingers do we have above that angle 0? How many fingers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is above. So it becomes the square root of 4 divided by 2, which is 2 divided by 2. And the answer is what? 1. Square root of 4 is 2 divided by 2. So cos 0 is 1. Are you there? Can we proceed? Fantastic. The next one is cos 30. This is 30. How many fingers do we have above it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 above. So we are going to have cos 30 equals to square root of 3 divided by 2. Square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay? Then the next one is cos 45. This is 45. How many fingers do we have above it? Cos 45. How many fingers do we have above? We have this cos 45. For fingers above, we want 2. So we have square root of 2 divided by 2. How many fingers do we have above 45? 1, 2. So that is why we have square root of 2 divided by 2. So cos 45 is square root of 2 divided by 2. The next one is cos 60. How many fingers do we have above it? For cos 60, we're going to have square root of, how many fingers do we have above it? 1 divided by 2. And the square root of 1 is 1 divided by 2. So cos 60 is 1 divided by 2. In decimal, 0.5. Then cos 90. This is 90 now. Cos 90 becomes square root of, how many fingers do we have above 90? There's no 0 finger. There's no finger we have above it. There's no finger we have after that angle 90. So we are going to have divided by 2, which will give us 0 divided by 2. And any number divided by 0 divided by any number is 0. So what are we going to have here is 0. We now move to tan. If we are moving to tan, for tangents, let's see what we're going to have. Tangent becomes square root of fingers below divided by square root of fingers above. So for tangent, if I say tan 0, square root of finger, how many fingers do I have above? For tan becomes tan 0 becomes square root of, how many fingers do I have below 0? There is no finger I have below 0. I have 0. Divided by, how many fingers do I have above 0? I have 4 fingers. So the answer gives me 0 divided by 2. And the answer is what? 2. Sorry, and the answer is 0. So cos tan 0 is 0. Then we move to tan 30. Tan 30 becomes, how many fingers do we have below 30? We have 1. So we're going to have square root of 1. Then, how many fingers do we have that is below? We have 1. How many fingers do we have above 30? We have, look now, below it. Below 30 we have 1. Then, above 30 we have 1, 2, 3. So we are going to have square root of 3. Everything will give us 1 over root 3. So tan 30 is 1 over square root of 3. Then tan 45. Tan 45 becomes square root of finger below 45. How many fingers do we have below 45? We have 2. So it becomes square root of 2. Check now, this 45. Finger below it is 2. Then finger above it is 2. So we are going to have square root of 2 again. We have square root of 2 divided by 2 is 1. So tan 45 is 1. Then the next one is 60. Tan 60. How many fingers do we have below it? For tan 60, how many fingers do we have below 60? The number of fingers we have below this 60, 1, 2, 3. So we are going to have square root of 3. Then above it, we have only 1 finger divided by 1. And the answer is square root of 3. So tan 60 is square root of 3. Without using calculator. The next one is, the last but not the least, tan 90. For 90, how many fingers do we have below it? This 90. We have, how many fingers do we have there? 4 fingers. Look at now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers. Then, the square root of 4 divided by, how many fingers do we have above, that is below it? Above it, there is no finger. So we're going to have square root of 0. And we're going to have a square root of 4 is 2. Divided by square root of 0 is 0. So a number divided by 0 is infinity. Is infinity. So that is why we have infinity here. If you press your calculator for tan 90, you see syntax error or math error, depending on the programming of the calculator. It's infinity because a number divided by 0 is infinity. Thank you for watching the video. Go through the video over and over again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow these tricks. It will help you do a lot of things in JAMB, WAEC, NECO without using calculator. You can solve a whole lot of maths using this special angle without using calculator. Thank you. Share the videos with your friends. God bless you.